Because this is what we mean when we tell you that Western media is garbage. Many of you know, have already heard this story, that there was a bunch of thugs that came over from the Israeli regime to attack Muslims and chant to the Palestinians, laughing about their houses burning down. They were there for a soccer match, right? And they did all this shit, and they fucked around, and they found out, and they got their asses kicked for harassing Muslims and pro-Palestinian supporters in the Netherlands, that they were tearing down their flags. They assaulted a cab driver. They were harassing people and chanting all kinds of racist shit toward these Arab people and Muslims and the Palestinian supporters. Okay, so there was a bunch of base people that actually were like, we're not going to put up with that shit. Sky News, which usually does just like pro-Israeli regime propaganda, like, you know, faithfully, actually reported it accurately. And then the Israeli regime had a meltdown and they got all their media apparatchiks to go on Twitter and call it a pogrom. Lie and lie and lie and lie. You guys, the lies in the Hasbara, just the sheer amount of it that's being disseminated on Twitter right now is astonishing. From everywhere. It really is truly something, okay? So all of them are out in full force lying about it. The Israeli regime contacted Sky News or whatever the fuck and was like, you better change that shit now. And they literally changed the headline. They changed the headline to say that it was actually anti-Semitic after they had reported on it accurately. If you were not somebody that was news savvy or paid attention to politics or knew what was happening in Palestine or knew the tricks of the Hasbaras, you might think that there was actually pogroms happening in Amsterdam right now. And this is why they love censorship and don't want you to have access to alternative and social media platforms. Because if this would have happened before October 7th, when I didn't know anything about what was going on, I would have fucking believed it. I would have believed it. Especially since even on social media, it has been blanketed in lies and Hasbara. The only reason why I was able to sift through the lies is because there's also people telling the truth. People that wouldn't otherwise have voices. That is all propaganda and lies being done by the Western media, and apparently Sky just didn't get the memo right away, but they've since gotten back in line. Everything the Western media is saying about this is a lie. They just are presenting it this way like these innocent people just got attacked for no reason other than their identity, because that is always what they do. That is always what they do. They're always victims. They're always victims because of their identity and not because of the genocide that they're carrying out in Gaza, which the people that got in a fight with these people literally said and made clear that that's the reason why they were fighting, and they didn't even start it. The ones who started it were the thugs from the Israeli regime that came over and started rioting like hooligans and attacking people. But whatever. Who cares about facts? Amsterdam is Khamas.